Lancia 037 settings. Suspension, differential, brake bias, and transmission. Oops.
Flat left and flat right,
So
keep in.
First gear is barely slip limited.
Left 6, tightens,
It's
keep
almost
in.
torque
80.
limited,
Caution,
but
square
it's enough to
right,
get
small cut,
the
flat right,
power down at the
150.
starts.
Left 5, 200.
I don't want the gear ratios any closer than they already are.
Caution, brake right 3 into left 2 at
Oh
junction 30.
shoot!
Left 5
Hit
short,
that thing.
up. Into brake, right 5, keep in over crest into hairpin left, don't cut, 100.
As you can see, there's
Left
enough
4
torque
short,
to power
50.
out of those
Left 4
hairpins
short.
in first gear.
And left 3, keep in into right 4 short. And left 3 into right 4, keep in at junction, and left 3. Into right 4, tightens,
This section's really
hairpin
tough.
right widens 30. Flat left, keep into right 4 and left 6 short. Hard brake for hairpin left, don't cut, 30.
The brakes are really bad. They barely stop. I don't think I can even get them to lock up.
Hairpin right, cut, flat left long, tightens and open. Into right 5, short, open. Into caution, right 4, short, narrows at junction into flat left, 100. Flat right into flat left, 100. Hard brake for square right over crest, 300.
There's a lot of torque in first gear, even though it's so tall.
Caution, hard brake for square right, widens, 150. Right 4, short, don't
And I don't
cut
have
to left
a
5,
partial
short,
throttle.
Don't cut, 150.
It's either full throttle or nothing.
Hard brake, square left, narrows, 150. Left 6 into right 6, over crest into left 6, long. And right 6, keep in. And flat left into right 5, tightens over crest and open. For left 6 short, cut into right 4, over crest. Into right 4, tightens 3 and hairpin left at junction, 30. Left 4, tightens into right 3, cut. Into left 4 long, tightens, don't cut. And right 4 into left 4, widens at junction. And flat left, 50. Right 6 short into left 6 short, 30. Right 5,
Had to lift on
30.
exit there. Lift on exit.
Caution.
I don't know if I
Brake
pronounced
for
that
square
properly.
Right, don't cut,
Have to brake
150.
real early here.
Left 5 brake into right 4, don't cut and flat right, keep in, 30. Square left open. And right 4, 80. Square right at junction, 30.
Brake real early for these square rights, or
Right
square
5, cut.
turns.
And left 6, short, small cut. And right 5, tightens, and left 6, tightens, cut, 50. Flat right, 50. Caution, square right, big cut, 80. Right 4, don't cut, and left 5, 30. Hard brake for hairpin left, 30. Left 6 short into right 4, small cut. Into left 3, long, keep in. And right 4 short, widens at junction for finish.
Well, that was really hard. That was like my 10th attempt, maybe? Alright, on to the replay. I'm gonna go to the regular view. I passed it again. Here we go. That one. So the gearing is really tall for first gear, but there's enough torque to get the rear wheels to spin in first gear. And so that's why it's really tall, because basically you want first gear to be slip limited so you can get the maximum power down. You want it to be only just slip limited. So if any more gear or any less gear ratio, and the car would end up being torque limited, where the amount of acceleration you're going to get out of the car is limited by the torque in the engine rather than the torque multiplication in the transmission. Anyway, it's slip limited in first gear, so that's why it's really tall. But anyway, what that does is that it lets you use more gears essentially. If you make first gear as tall as possible, then the other gears are closer together. You know, first through last gear, whatever it happens to be. And since they're closer together, you can basically choose any gear you want for any given corner, depending on how close it is to the speed for that gear it is. So with this car, you're probably going to be driving in second and third most of the time, and then first for the really tight stuff. And there's enough torque to get the power down in second and third, and you don't have to use fourth and fifth unless you're going really fast. And that's what I try to do with every car, the WRC cars as well, is make first gear as tall as possible while still being slip limited. And by slip limited, I mean the tires will slip against the road from the torque multiplication in the transmission. So in those really tight first gear turns, it sounds like it's bogging down, or the engine doesn't have enough torque to power to the turn, but the tires are actually slipping, even though it seems like the engine is struggling to get the power down. So it's not really an issue. The lack of torque is not really an issue, or the seemingly lack of torque. I don't know how to describe it. But like around here, it'll seem like it bogs down, but the tires are actually slipping while accelerating. And what I found, the biggest issue with the default setups in most games, not just this game, is the gearing. And most default suspension settings, while they're really loose usually, they're drivable on some level. And the real source of the speed comes from the camber angles and the transmission. And if you get the transmission set up right for stages, then you can go really fast. Anyway, till the next one.